Welcome everyone, welcome to the Ryan LFC YouTube channel. Welcome to another match preview for Sheffield United. Liverpool were playing away, away kits versus Sheffield on Sunday at 7:15. We're here with Big Sit, Spance, Mons and Darren, and obviously Ryan, because obviously Ryan's here with his own channel. And we're going to be doing a preview. So how are you guys feeling about the game tomorrow? We'll start with you, Darren.
I'm looking forward to it. 8 days since our last game, so we really need a win, don't we? The last couple of weeks, it's like we get a win. We beat Spurs and West Ham. We went to the capital, got two huge wins, put in two really good performances, and then we just dug another hole for ourselves deeper by then going on and losing games. Look, the records we broke last season were phenomenal, but this season we're breaking them for all the wrong reasons, unfortunately. But as I always say, the highs are nothing without the lows, so we have to take our medicine and just accept it is what it is and support the lads all the way. There's unfortunately been a bit of bad news in the camp with the passing away of Jurgen's mum and Alison's father just of recent. So, look, as I said, take our medicine. We stick together. We get through this, hopefully, sooner rather than later. And we start with tomorrow getting a big win. Look, we're playing a side, Sheffield United, that they've lost 20 games this season from 25. Like, that's phenomenal. They've only kept one clean sheet all season. Okay, we're going into the game, and like the last game I watched was at Everton last Saturday. We didn't look like scored. We could have been there till tomorrow and not have scored. But I just think the lads are back now, regrouping, fresh ideas, implement a couple of changes, get centre backs playing centre back. I don't think Fabinho Milner will be back tomorrow, which is going to be a loss. Possibly not Jota either. But we've a good enough team there, good enough experience to go out tomorrow and get a win, is what I believe. I do think it's going to be tough, but I don't think things can get any worse for us. I'm going to say it now. I that's just my opinion. I honestly don't think it will. And I think this week coming up, we've three huge games, two at home, one obviously away to Sheffield tomorrow. And then after that, we've 10 league games left. So there's still enough time. There's 39 points to be played for us to make something out of the season, whether that's top four, top six, whatever. But try and finish the season with some sort of pride. Obviously, with the European competition as well, which will be good for us to go into with some hope and optimism in. I do believe we'll get to the last day. So I'm hoping all's well, ends well, but it's a game tomorrow where it's so hard to call it. I mean, the good thing going into tomorrow's game is Salah is on fire. He's had 7 goals in his last 6, I think, away games in all competitions, and he's the only real one up front that looks like getting goals for us and that can just produce that bit of magic. Obviously, he's a penalty taker as well, so if we get a penalty tomorrow, no doubt about it, he'll score. He's leading top goal scorer in the Premier League, so let's just wait and see what happens. It's hard at the moment to really predict that, but I just think with those 8 days off, with time to reflect, time just to pull some togetherness together, because I don't think there's any better team. I used to say last season the one big strength we had was that unity, that togetherness, that fight, that grit, the attitude. Even we don't see a lot of that this season, but we know we have it in us. So let's just wait and see what happens. I'm looking forward to tomorrow. Last game of the weekend can be, either, if it's the first game, it could be a bad thing. The last game as well can be a bad thing, but we just have to accept it is what it is and hope we get nothing other than 3 points tomorrow. I don't care how we do it, what minute it's on, what the performance is like. The most important thing is the outcome tomorrow.
100%. I agree that, I don't care if it's a own goal coming off someone's arse literally 10 seconds before the game finishes. I do not care. I need that win. But first, I want to welcome Conroy, who's finally here.
Hi guys, how you doing?
Right, how you doing, Conroy?
Good. Sorry guys, I had to take some stuff to the skip there, so I just got the dump or whatever you used to call it in England. Yeah.
Mons, you're next.
I don't know where to start, to be honest. I think Daz has covered some really good points there. Like, I'm in total agreement. I don't think it can get any worse. I mean, I say this, I said this prior to the Everton game, actually, but it did get worse. I don't want to be negative. I really don't want to be negative. I do have a really positive outlook on how we're going to set up for this game. This Liverpool team is more than, we're more than capable of getting the job done. Like, because right now, it's not even about playing intricate football, dominating the possession like we usually do. Just get the 3 points, get the result, get the jobs done. For the remainder of the season, it's literally just about getting results. We cannot afford to not get Champions League football. And I think we can all agree that if we were to drop out the top 4 come the end of the season, I don't even want to think about how, you know, the ramifications that could have on the squad, the manager, who can come and who can go. I'm not going to get into, you know, how I feel about what's going on with the owners, but I do feel like, you know, a bounce back today can be the start of something. As you can see, West Ham drop points. City and Man United are going to have a clash next week. We've also got Chelsea and Man United literally tomorrow. You know, the top 6 teams are playing each other. So this is what makes this fixture all the more bigger for us to just get the job done, get the 3 points. And we will climb up the table quicker than we think if we get the wins on the board. So, yeah.
I 100% agree. 100% agree. We need to get this win tomorrow, because if we do not get this win tomorrow, then we are below Banter FC. We are probably just a picture of poop. That's probably what we are if we can't win against. I know we can't win against Burnley and Brighton, but come on, we cannot beat Sheffield United or 20th. Then I do not know what to say. Conroy, give me your thoughts on the game tomorrow.
I'll be honest, guys. I would be incredibly shocked if we do get the top 4. Like, I think that's long gone.
Same.
Like, I don't know where this. We've been on shows for weeks, and I appreciate everyone's positive, but I'm not positive anymore. For me, it's actually about performance now. I don't think we're getting top 4. I think we need to start playing well. I think the time is gone for us to get the result and not worry about the performance. I think right now we need to see something different. If we play the exact same way again, I think there's a bigger issue with that. And I hear what Mons is saying, and like I really hope we get top 4, guys, and a win would be great. But for me, it's like I've been saying that for weeks, and now I'm actually at the stage now where I think performance. I would rather right now, and you might think, oh, I'm talking wrong. I'd rather I saw us play something different, and I got confidence from that, and maybe we drew the game. But I want to see something different. I want to see something that doesn't give a blueprint to every team to sit in, and you know they're going to get success from it. I'm not to be negative, guys, but for me, I actually think I want to see a bit of a difference tomorrow. Not necessarily the same lineup, the exact same of the previous games. Because let's bear in mind, how long have we knew each other? Every preview, we keep saying the same things, right? And nothing's changing. So I'm sorry, guys, but I've passed that now. I'm at the stage where I need to see something different. If I don't see a good performance tomorrow, if I don't see a different formation or a different tactics, I'm going to have a big problem. I don't care if we win 3-0, but we keep playing the same way and we're not causing... Well, obviously, if we win 3-0, we will play well. But I'm kind of past the stage of results good enough, guys, because we had those kind of flash-in-the-pan results against West Ham and Spurs, Leipzig. I'm past that. We need... For us to grow now and to crack on at the second stage, because obviously we're all in a bit of a rut now. I think we have to be looking to see some changes tomorrow. So that's my take on it, guys. I really hope we get to top 4, but personally, I think that ship has sailed. We've had about 5 previews saying the same things, and we lost every game. So for me, top 4's gone. So sorry to be negative.
I'm thinking similar to you, Conroy. And the reason I'm thinking similar to you is because if we, let's say, we, you know, the game against Chelsea is the thing is, we've been saying must win for the last 2
Jersey,
months.
we're terrible at Stamford Bridge in a good season, right? We've got a terrible record there. Like, so in a bad season, who knows? We might win that game, but we'll probably lose to West Brom the following week. That's the way it's been going. So
I know. The thing is, we'll probably lose to Sheffield, beat Chelsea. But the thing is, if we lose to Sheffield, beating Chelsea means nothing. So
no,
that's where I'm coming with the performance. It's like one good win, but then we need a run if we're going to get top 4.
We do.
So,
yeah,
I think.
But then that's why Conroy, I think I'm gonna have more to say about it after next Sunday's game against Fulham, because I think these 3 games in a week where we're coming from are the most decisive. Like if we get 7 points, 9 points, it'd probably be enough to get us back in the top 4 when you look at how West Ham are now. There's Chelsea if we were to beat them. So mathematically, look, and realistically, we can do it. But I get what you're saying, like performances and how we set up and how negative it's been, how inconsistent we've been. It doesn't look anywhere near it. Yeah.
Consistency is the big thing, mate.
Because after the next 3 games, we're looking at 10 league games left, and the latter end of the season, like we seen last season, how it can all change. How Leicester dropped out, they were like dead cert to win it. It's just there's still going to be a lot of ups and downs, thrills and spills. I'm just remaining onto the small little percentage left of optimism, but I do hear you. I totally, in some way, agree in some sense. But
no,
I understand it.
I get what you're saying, and I'm not a negative person, but I've just thankfully we've got to come on these platforms and it's been amazing, but it's the same. We keep saying the same things, and it's like I'm trying to be optimistic. And I've watched Klopp's interview there, and you know what? I'm feeling like ready to run through a brick wall for him. But there's been about 5 of those interviews. The same things keep getting said, but the same performances keep happening. Slightly worried now. I love Robbo, but he's came out and saying, "Listen, I agree. The centre back pairing is an obvious problem, right? I don't know if I love it that the first team players are saying that as well, because in my mind, that means they're accepting that in their head. So I don't know if you feel that way as well."
Did Robert say that in the press conference? Was that in the press conference?
It might be out of context, once. I just seen it on my phone, and it just like, you know how you get like the quotation. It might have been he's been asked about that. So don't take my word on that, because it might be a reporter's been saying the same question to him 3 times. But for me, it's just a case of there just needs to be. I need to hold on to something now, and I'm not saying we're going to win 10 games in a row. I just need to see. I think we can all agree that we're trying to hold off, that we've been found out with those tactics. But let's be honest. I think without Van Dijk, as Monts you've said before, without Van Dijk, without Gomez, we can't play that way anymore. So that we can't continue to play. It's just not going to work anymore. So I just want to see something different tomorrow. You know, tactics, formation, just anything, guys. Just something that he's actually seen the last 10 games and went, this is not working. We need to try something different. So that's what I'm holding on to.
Well, can I just say as well, that the fact that we have Chelsea next week as well, it makes this fixture so important. Just to get the 3 points. I feel like that's why I'm wearing this kit. By the way, that's why I'm wearing this kit, because this was the year that we just had all attack and no defense.
Yeah,
I love that season. Heart attack material season, but it was brilliant.
Literally just brilliant to watch. But this year we're not even brilliant to watch. Really, not really.
No, we're not. No.
But yeah, I've got Clavan and Lovren withdrawals. This is why this kit's come out today.
Do you remember, was it 17-18 or 16-17? I always remember when we played Leicester and we won 4-1 at Anfield.
Yeah,
and it was like Lallana was playing. Was that 16-17? It may have been, because I don't think Salah was there.
Sturridge in the back
Sturridge,
to Mane.
And then Lallana hit that screamer, and I was like, I remember watching that team, and that team was like, we couldn't defend very well, but the attack was like ridiculous.
That game was actually the first day the main stand opened, the new expansion to it.
Yeah, because the camera was different as well. See, on the TV, I know that sounds like what I think to remember, but I remember they changed the camera the next season so it was closer in because of the positioning on the stand.
It got hard to get used to,
Yeah, but oh mate, you're taking nostalgic with that kit, mate. That was Salah's first season, but oh mate, those heart attack football, but I loved it.
I call that long sleeve Mane. You don't want to mess with long sleeve Mane. Long sleeve Mane.
We were the hottest ticket in town that season. We were at that.
I've never seen football like that. That was next level stuff. That was and
that was probably the fourth season that I noticed the goalkeepers got a lot of the ball and were just giving it to fullbacks. There was none of this long ball. The first Liverpool team probably, where it was always back to the feet of the keeper. Defenders liked playing it amongst each other, and it was just patience football. It was a lot of 1-2 football. Didn't care much about defending, but they knew they could 5 or 6 in the game. Great,
literally.
People forget. Sorry, Monts.
I was going to say I was an adversary to keep Coutinho in, like not to keep, as in to bring him back when he was available, just because of the football we saw for that half of that season.
Yeah.
Lallana was very good that time. People forget he got injured, but he was
great
very well in that team. Yeah, dictated the games quite well.
He started the press,
Yeah, sorry guys, going a bit of tangent there. Sorry, Ryan. Going on a tangent.
All the knowledge coming out.
Ryan, your turn.
Listen, really exhausting right now to see how Liverpool has been playing. When I look at it, do you guys know which team individual made the most mistake conceding goal?
Us.
Yeah.
Liverpool 13. You know which team second?
Who?
Sheffield United.
Sheffield make every mistake.
Continuing to break records, Liverpool continuing to break records.
Right up on top. So for me, coming to this game against Sheffield United, Liverpool going to find it really difficult. I hope Jurgen Klopp change up thing, especially play navigator, do something different. We don't want to see the same thing happen week in, week out. And I'm not confident this game have a draw right all over it, unless Liverpool come and change things and come to the party and play some very good football. But to see us break down Sheffield, if you look at Sheffield, they lost 20 games this season or something like so, and they lost 20 and 13 of them by 1 goals. So they are not a bad team. Most of the time when they lose by 1 goal. So 1-0, 2-1. Sheffield going to make it really difficult for us. And I'm worried because when I look at Burnley, Newcastle, Southampton, these are the teams that part the bus on us. And we couldn't even break them down, couldn't even score. And all this Liverpool team has been playing, score first on Liverpool, confident job, the edge job. The last thing Liverpool want to do to concede first against Sheffield. And I see jaw right all over it.
Okay, we'll go next to how you guys think the game will go tomorrow. So I'm going to go start with you, Darren. How do you see the game going tomorrow? Obviously, don't give your score predictions yet. We'll do that at the end.
Yeah.
But just how you think the game will go tomorrow.
Not expecting Sheffield to maybe get one at most. They've only scored 15 goals all season. Like it's mad. Like lost 20 games, kept one clean sheet. The records, obviously on paper, you're gonna back Liverpool all day. I know, look, we're in bad form, and we happy in a bit of banter FC at the moment, particularly in the last couple of weeks since we lost our home record. I thought that would have lifted some weight off our shoulders, but every week, like then there was the losing 3 league games in a row since the first time since the 60s. Then it was since the 20s losing 4. So the records haven't been good to us of late. But I think it'll be a tight game. I think we got to come out straight out of blocks, high intensity, energy, pressing hard, giving the 1-2s quicker, not over-analysing anything, just playing that through ball, that first time ball quicker, and just be strong. These are going to be physical. They're going to target us. They know that we've had 19 centre-back pairings this season. They know there's no spine in the team there. They know we're at our weakest and our most vulnerable now. So that'd be Chris Wilder's team talk. You know, looking back in the last couple of games, they no doubt about they'll fancy their chances. I heard his interview the last time when he played at Anfield, and his interview before the game was, we always go out and think we have a chance of winning, not just getting something. And they actually played very well the last time at Anfield. We were in better form. We ended up winning 2-1. I think they went 1-0 up. They got a penalty, but they were very good in the day, and were probably unlucky not to have gotten something out of it. So I think it's going to be similar enough tomorrow. But I do think we've too much in us to just. If we're a bit more clinical tomorrow, I think we get goals. I think they'll struggle to score more than one against us, and we get 3 points. But we as Conroy was saying, and the lads touching on it, we need to make changes tomorrow. If we make changes and we try something different, that's the most important thing for me tomorrow, I think. And obviously the outcome of the result, because we're still in a good position when you look at the teams around us. As Mon says, all the top 6 are playing each other. I'm looking at Chelsea's games left. I'm looking at Spurs and West Ham. They've all really tough games left. But then again, I suppose, having said all that, every game seems to be tough for us at the moment. But away from home, we seem to be a little bit better, believe it or not, this in the last couple of games. I said Salah has got 7 league goals in the last 6, or 7 goals in all competitions in the last 6 away games. So we don't seem to have a problem away from home, playing well and scoring. So hopefully that's a good omen going into tomorrow.
100% agree. For me personally, to see us going into top 4, I think we need to win. How many games you got left? 13?
Yeah.
I think we need to win at least 12 or 11 out of the 13 games.
That's not going to happen. I'll tell
No,
you that right now.
I don't think so.
I would do anything if we were going to go on a 13 winning streak. That's not going to happen with our
But
back
there's teams who've got, every team's got a good player. Most teams have got a brilliant player, and most teams are tactically, I think, football's developed in the last year. So see when Brendan Rodgers won 12 games on the spin, I don't think you do that way unless you're a top team now, like City, like we were last year. I don't think, because I wouldn't say like Suarez and Sturridge are amazing players, but we had flaws in that team. I don't think that can happen again in football now, in the sense of you have to be strong defensively and attack. You know, like in that time we were outscoring teams. Listen, I would love that, guys, but I just think at the end of the day, you've got probably a huge selection of managers now who are tactically astute. Like we joke about Sean Dyche and Coppish and all that, and like Graham Potter, but they're top managers at the end of the day who are watching this blueprint to beat Liverpool. And it's like the thing Darren, do you know how we've had a few shows and we've spoke about like Salah scoring or away form, but see when you break down those games, right? It's quite obviously individual brilliance. That's a lot of football's individual brilliance. It's not all system goals. But Leipzig, 2 mistakes, right? West Ham, Antonio misses a sitter before Salah scores, literally before Salah scores. Even in those games we've played well.
Tottenham as well.
Tottenham, offside goal by Son. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, after 3 minutes.
Mane misses the opening sitter in the first minute.
Of course he does. It's Liverpool, man. Even Klopp saying we're not clinical in interviews now. We've been saying it for 3 months. So if the manager's saying it, they must be horrendous in training now in front of goal. Bobby looks like he's not actually practiced shooting in about a year. But it's just like all this together, guys. I think in a normal season, if you lose to Brighton, Burnley at home, Everton at home, you get beat by a few top teams as well. I don't think you've got a chance. So the fact we've actually still got a chance of making top 4 is quite amazing, to be honest. Like that in itself, because I don't know. I just think it's the consistency is just. I agree, Darren. If that formation comes out tomorrow and it's a 4-3-3 with the same team that's been for the past 4 weeks, I think a lot of fans will kick off tomorrow. I think they'll kick off an hour before the game. They'll say, this is predictable FC. Here we go. And I think for me, I could see it tilting a bit tomorrow. I could see people getting a bit crazy before the game if he plays 4-3-3 again.
And do we stick with the front three of Salah, Bobby and Mane, do you think?
If Jota will come in, obviously, right? But that's Liverpool PR again saying, right, who's out? We'll use him on Twitter to say he's our saviour. Sadio Mane 2 weeks before that, even though Mane's been horrible this season. But the first thing is we'll put a picture of Van Dijk on Twitter and then we'll put, did we miss this man? No, we didn't miss him because we were terrible when he was in the team as well. But Jota, I think, will make a difference. But see, the thing is, guys, I know I talk about a number 9 all the time, and I'm sorry I'm going on about it, but see in certain games, right, when teams sit in, that's when you need a number 9. Like Harry Kane plays against Sheffield United, right? Teams are scared of Harry Kane because you don't need to play well. Liverpool for years have had to play at optimum to win games, and now we're not playing at it anymore. You're seeing the flaws in it. And it's like, it's pretty obvious. Football is not rocket science. If you've got the 2 best crossers in the league and you've got a number 9, if you're not playing well, you don't have to necessarily break a team down. You just have to get in a position to put the ball in the box or intricate play. And you're seeing that now. You're seeing it. You're seeing teams who've got a number 9 don't have to rip it up to win a game. And that's when I look at Firmino right now and I'm just like, no one's scared of him in front of goal. They're going to, even if he gets a chance, he's going to miss it. So I don't think he'll start Jota though, because can you really chuck him back in? I don't know. He's not fat enough.
Well, I suppose Salah is a more clinical goal scorer. He's top lead goal scorer so far this season. Now, he's at the best of times can miss the easiest of chances as well. But
that's what he does, Darren. That's Salah.
But I've been saying for a while, he should be our main man more so front. You know what I mean? And dropping Firmino deeper. But I don't know. It couldn't be any worse, could it?
But is Salah clinical though? Is he?
Oh, he's not. No one's clinical in that team. No. They're the worst finishers. They're not the worst. They're just average finishers, but they create so many chances that's why they've won leagues.
Mm-hmm.
Jota's the most clinical I've seen. Jota's had the less chances, and when he played against Atlanta, I've said this numerous times, but Jota showed Mane and Salah how to finish. You don't need to smash it. You can just like hit it in another corner, chip the keeper.
Slow it down on your head, man. But like, I still haven't forgiven Salah for missing at Newcastle at 0-0.
Mons, just accept Salah is what he is, mate. Right? Mo Salah, right, works with that system. Right? He's effective. I've stopped analysing Mo Salah. Right? The guy, you could probably play in a park with him and he wouldn't look amazing. His touch isn't amazing, but he's so good at what he does. He's effective. So would you have Eden Hazard who scores 16 goals a season, or would you have Salah who scores 30? At the end of the day, you're going to pick Salah. But Salah's, you're going to pull your hair out about 10 times a season because he probably has got he's got an actual competition for the worst misses I've seen. But that's what he does. That's what he does.
He can get 40. If just with a bit of shooting practice, he could actually get 40.
Well, he got 40 in that season, right? And I watched that. He should have got 60, right?
Literally.
But he is what he is. And do you know what? I've stopped. He's just so effective. So I don't
Yeah,
analyse him.
absolutely.
He just is what he is. He's the
He
most
holds the
Salah.
ball up
He's in-
really well, though. He does,
he's
and I
a-
feel
yeah,
like maybe that, like, I think that's just mentioned it. Maybe just possibly he could go down the middle and just to see how it tries. Because if you look at, even though he's not big in stature, he does a really great job of holding the defender, and he does have a decent first touch, and is like he does the hold up play really well. Because if you look at it, he gets pinged diags when we were playing with Van Dijk and Gomez, he gets pinged diags all the time, and he sort of backs into the defender a lot, a little bit like what Kane does, but not as successfully, I think. But he backs into the defender and he gets the ball down, and then that's when Trent gets the chance to come up and support him. When I look at the system like that, I thought maybe can we tweak that to maybe against maybe two centre backs? I'm not sure if it will work, but I just need to see something different. Like what you said, I can't see 4-3-3 again. I'll lose my mind.
and even if it's 4-3-3, a different three in the middle. You know what I
Different
mean? Like
midfield.
play Keita,
Yeah.
something, or a 2 and a 1 if you want. Maybe
Yeah.
give Jones a bit more freedom. I don't know, guys. I don't mean to go on. I just find that we keep doing the same thing and expecting different results. And I'm actually fed up of saying what I've just said because I've said that many times, and it's like.
No, Conor, don't worry about it. The thing is, I'm the kind of person who can see the result from the first half. Brighton.
First
I
10
knew
minutes,
what
mate.
happened in the first half. What other games? Everton. Every game we've lost since Burnley, I've knew we're going to lose just by the first half.
Apart from Leicester, I thought Leicester had done quite well in that game, but then we just
Yeah,
felt like
yeah,
a deck of cards.
But the thing is, the first half, I told Ryan, here we go again.
But Ryan was right though. Ryan's point, he said, like, do you know what we keep saying when we win games? We're not winning games, we're conceding. As soon as we concede, that it's gone. Like it's actually 15-16. It's Brendan Rodgers Liverpool just collapse, and
There's
that's
no
the
comeback.
worrying. That's terrible for me. That how you can we joke about mentality monsters and stuff, and we enjoyed that, but to go from that to falling like a deck of cards, because that's what they're doing. You've got top players making mistakes continuously. Alisson, like I love him, but he had a mare for 2 games, and it's like that worries me. As soon as we concede now, it's just like we feel like we're not going to score, and that's what worries me as well. So Ryan, that was a great point by Ryan.
He wasn't great
What
against
about-
Everton either.
What about this, guys? I saw the yard scorer, one of my friend of mine, me and him always going at it at Liverpool, but I'm glad he realized no, Liverpool need a change, and what we has been saying over the years. I'm going to pull up information, and this is what he said: 4-2-3-1 with the youngster, because I think probably Alisson father. That's why I put Kalea in goal, Chen, Kabak, and Davis. I've been saying this for a long time. Earlier on, from buy the 2 centre back, we don't have nothing to lose. We buy 2 centre back. We want to know if they're good enough for get into next season. Why not use these 2 centre back for day one from we get them? Why we continue use Fabinho, Jordan Henderson in defense? Why not play them inside the midfield and make our belly strong and protect our defense? And I'm going to look at him next comment he made. He bring up this. How long we has been saying Bobby Firmino need to sit on the bench while we're still trying to find a space for Bobby Firmino in this team.
Bring him into the midfield, innit? Yeah.
Bring him to the midfield. Listen, him don't deserve to be in our midfield. He need to sit on the bench and fight for him game and come back in this team. Why Liverpool Origi haven't been get a fair chance more often? Why Yard Scores are you just saying this? You have been sleeping, bro. You has been sleeping and not listening to me what I'm saying. You probably say I'm too miserable and I worry, I fret, but I have my reason why I'm saying Liverpool Origi should get a more fair chance. 3 games in a row in this Liverpool team. I think he born for score a goal. I think he clinical out of over Robert Firmino, Salah, Armani. I think Origi clinical, but he haven't get him chance to for sure that how clinical he is. But I just want to bring up that. So what your thought on this lineup, Jersey boy?
We'll get to our particular lineups later, but I do think that things change. As I said, it's like as I said yesterday on the not yesterday, the day before on the football terrace. It's like playing hide and seek and hiding in the same spot every single time. You're going to get caught out every single time. it's like you're inviting them to come
It's not
over.
even
and be-
funny anymore. It's just like I wake up and like put it on. Oh, there we go.
The thing is, if I see 4-3-3 on Sunday, I'm just gonna go. Here we go
There's
again.
variations at Jersey. Like there's variations. You could have a 2 and a 1. You know, you could have a 4-2-3-1. Like the guy. I think that lineup, right? The only thing I would say is I've said this numerous times. For me, Fabinho was told at the start of the season he's a 4th choice centre back, and I think he'll continue to play him at centre back. So I think it would be Fabinho and whoever you want to pick, Kabak or Phillips or whatever. And then I think it would be a 2 of Gini and Thiago. And then the only reason he might not do this at the weekend is I can't see him playing Bobby and Origi. Like so Bobby in the 10 and Origi. I could see him playing Bobby and then Jota, Salah and Mane in the front three, whatever order you want. But I do think a 4-2-3-1, because the thing is, all Bayern Munich fans have been saying Thiago has worked best in a double pivot. So I'm not being funny, but we've probably never been so bad. So why not try something different now to see if it can accommodate, even though he probably shouldn't need accommodation, but because he's one of the best midfielders in the world, like try that. I think that's a good shout, to be fair. I think a 4-2-3-1 is a good shout. I've said that previously.
Yeah, Guniardi's comment, Fabinho's not injured anymore, but he hasn't had enough training sessions to play for tomorrow. He hasn't had enough. Jota, 100%. I think Jota 100% will be on the bench, but he won't start.
Thiago can't play for me.
Just because
he can't play.
But I think he will play him once. So I think he can play him.
He can't play unless Fabinho or Henderson plays in that hole. For me, Thiago cannot play because the role that Klopp's given him is ball retention. How many times do you see when we boxed in the team? Do you see Thiago winning back the ball when we do lose the ball in that counterpass? How many times do you see Thiago? I don't want Thiago doing that. I hate when I see Thiago doing that. The man is 29 going 30. Whatever legs he had at Bayern Munich in his early days or even at Barcelona, he does not have those legs anymore. Don't give him any defensive duties.
Would you play him higher up then, or would you?
Yeah, don't give him any defensive duties because you can see he's not fast enough for the Prem. You can see when his tackles are late majority of the time. He loves to get a yellow card in the first 5 minutes.
I know. I don't think he's a good tackler in general, to be honest.
No, he's being awful tackling.
I love the fact that he's getting stuck in, but he's just a.
See, I don't. I think that's stupid players who do that. I think smart players know not to lose their head early. I think that's just like, look at me, I'm trying too hard. I think smart players like Fabinho is not like the only thing I'd say, Mons, you're absolutely right, mate. Is like Fabinho was so off the pace when he first came in, and I thought this guy can't hack it. But then when he got into the pace, he was a really intelligent player. So I don't want to judge Thiago like that. I think he's just trying too hard because he's overthinking everything. And it's like, I think in a perfect situation, Thiago would maybe play 50% of the games this season just to get himself used to the way Liverpool play. Because, I mean, the proof is in the pudding. Look how good Fabinho is. And Fabinho, I genuinely thought, was awful at the start. Like, he could not handle the pace of the game.
Yeah, and he looked so clumsy on the ball at first, So I think we Thiago will come good, guys. I've said it from the start. I think we just need to be patient. We need to maybe stop going on about him, though, that he's the saviour. Maybe just give him a chance to... Maybe you're right, Mont. So would you have Gini and Jones tomorrow then? Or? Yeah, because I personally, I'd go Keita and Gini. But in terms of... It's not even the fact that... Because I know what you're saying with Fabinho, because, as I said, I remember that first game that he played against Arsenal.
Over the shop, mate.
Yeah, he was awful, and he hasn't looked back. But it's a different. Fabinho was a different type of awful to me. He came in as a DM. His job is to make tackles, break up play, help keep that ball retention going. Thiago hasn't come in to keep his job. He hasn't come to retain the ball. He hasn't come to put in a tackle. So I understand he has to play DM because Milner doesn't have the legs. Henderson had to play centre back, and so it's Fabinho. So I understand he's pretty much the only recognised DM. I'd rather have Grujic in DM. Shoot me now. I'd rather have Grujic in DM.
I think Grujic does a job, to be fair.
Literally, just so Thiago can play on the pivot. Because let's be honest, when he came in at Chelsea, when he come on at halftime against Chelsea, and we beat them 2-0, 2-1 at the bridge.
2-0.
He was unplayable. You couldn't touch him. And that's when we had, and you could even say against Everton for the 90 minutes.
I think Everton was the most impressive one. I thought it was good in that game.
Unplayable, bro. So, and that game, he wasn't out here, winning the ball back because we had a recognised DM. stop playing the man in DM. I'm sorry, Klopp needs to hear this. Just stop playing the man in DM. Yeah, sorry,
Yeah,
guys.
well,
I think that's a fair point, mate. That's a fair point.
His tackling has been awful, and we've seen it. And I've only really seen his bad tackling since he returned back. Remember, it was the end of December away at Newcastle, and he got a yellow card. Look, Thiago, he's world class. I think if you put anybody in the Liverpool team at the moment with how bad we've been, none of them look great, do they? So,
Darren, would you say though? See, Gini, right? Gini for me, right, is robust. So Gini Wijnaldum understands how to play with Klopp. Like he played as a wing forward at Newcastle, and then he can adapt, right? But does that show you that Klopp's, when you play for Liverpool, it's different? So Gini can play these games and he doesn't look off the pace. He looks like he can handle himself. He can do different roles. Whereas I think Thiago, I just think any player who comes into Liverpool, you do need a bit of a bedding in period because
it's talking facts.
I just think, Darren, you're absolutely right. I think it's just like, it's normal. We've had previous examples with Robbo as well. It just takes a bit of time and he's not been given that time. So it's kind of difficult to get used to that. 100 miles an hour in a game.
He signed for us when the season had started, so we'd no pre-season. Look, I know what he done with Bayern Munich and man the match in the Champions League final. I get all that, but he hasn't had time to embed. Then he had COVID. Then he was out injured. Now he's back, and he's came in at a time of the season where we struggled when he's come back. So I do have some sentiment towards him. Let's say I do honestly think, like us all were probably saying, that can't continue next season. Next season, we want the Thiago to be the Thiago that we bought and the ready-made player. But look, given time to implement, go through tactics more, having a pre-season will only better someone and will give them even more confidence. But it is a confidence game, isn't it? You know, so it's there's been a lot asked of him, I think, but we're struggling at the moment. And when he came in against Chelsea, we were unbelievable in that game against Chelsea. So it was easy for him to come in and look great. And I think he made the most passes.
They had 10 men as well. I think the Everton game was the best one because Van Dijk went off injured and I watched him and he was just turning players. You know how he does the Thiago turn when he
when he chops his shoulder and goes.
Which is a bit crazy because if you're a defender or a midfielder, like you know he's going to do that, but you can't stop him. But
cannot stop it. Yeah.
So I've seen glimpses. So that's why I'm patient with him. Maybe you're right though, Mons. Maybe it's I don't know if it's maybe psychologically doesn't want to take him out of the team.
I think it's just tactical, bro. It's tactical.
Yeah, no. I think right now we can't be. No, I'm not saying he's a passenger, but I think we need to just go back to basics now and see after what you've said. I think he'll start Thiago, but I agree that taking him out would maybe be a good move.
Yeah, or just because I think as you said, Gini is so robust and he's so tactically aware when it comes to playing in the Premier League wherever you play him. Gini has played DM before, better at not many games, but he has slotted in.
He's done a job there, mate. He's done a job there.
Yeah, literally. I'm not screaming for him to be there, but for me, right now, it's anything but Thiago in DM.
We're going to move on now. We're going to do... Mons, have you given your thoughts here on the game yet? Do you want to do your thoughts on the game? How do you think the game will go?
We'll start fast, as we usually do. I feel like the first Diag's going to go off the pitch because that's what we have right now. I'm sad. I think Conrad's literally my alter ego right now because I've started today really positive. I came into this quite positive.
So did I.
Sorry, guys. Listen, I'm quite a positive person. You all know, Darren knows I'm quite a positive person. But it's...
you're just putting a grain of doubt in me, that's all. But I can't let it happen.
I'm just like, we've had these previews and I'm at the stage now where it's like, it's the fifth one where it's like, we're trying to be, and I'm like, nah, listen, guys.
No, well, you're being realistic, you're being
I'm putting the anchor down. The anchor's down, lads, right?
We need someone to do that. Yeah.
Run 100%. But I feel like, we're definitely going to start fast. I think it's going to be the same old story in the sense that if we do not score first, we're finished. I can say I don't see Sheffield creating anything, but like Ryan said, 1 goal, 2 goals, like they don't concede a lot of goals. They don't actually, as crazy as it sounds, for where they are on the table, they don't concede that many goals. So I feel like we'll know from the first 10 minutes whether we're going to win this game or not. And I'll give more information when we go into the starting lineups, and I'll tell you what I feel like.
I do agree because Sheffield actually have not been pummeled this season. It's been West Brom you have. West Brom have been 4-5-0, whatever.
Couldn't beat them either.
lost City 1-0 each game.
Mons is on the Conroy train. He's
Yeah,
100% in it.
he's brought me to earth. I can't lie.
No,
Head
see,
is making the matter to speak, giving him hard food because he's
but
Um,
Tony, shout out to Tony. He's on Coffish as
all
well.
right.
He's-
Have you given your thoughts yet? Do you want to do your thoughts on how this game will go tomorrow?
See, to be honest, guys, I think what will happen, Sheffield United, it's a great point. I do think some Liverpool fans have been saying we are missing the fans. Of course we are. I'd say Sheffield United miss fans more than anybody because it's not scientifically proven, obviously, but I do think when you watch Sheffield United last season, there's a lot of games this season, as you said, they've not been pummeled, so it's been tight games and they've missed chances or they've maybe not got that extra bit to get back in a game. And I actually watched a few at the start of the season where they were quite unlucky or maybe they just didn't have that bit extra. So I think when you look at the results, I would say that not having the fans has probably affected them the most. And I know it's the same for everybody, but I do feel that way. But I did watch them against United, and I remember at Anfield, again, we weren't great that day. I think he'll use Ollie Burke, and he'll put him on whoever's playing at centre-back, because Ollie Burke's, he's a Scottish guy, but he was kind of built up to be this big player a couple of years ago, played for Forest, got sold for about 15 million to Leipzig. Didn't really work out. He's more pace than end product, but I do think what they'll do is they'll use him tomorrow. I might be wrong, but I could see them using him tomorrow. For me, I'm going to try and be a bit more optimistic. Right, I don't think Liverpool score more than one goal in any game right now. No, I hope I'm wrong. But I've said 1-0 in my predictions for about 4 weeks. But I'm going to say it again. I think if Liverpool win a game, it's because of an odd goal. Because like
Clean
against
sheet.
Leicester, possibly, mate. Because against Leicester, but see, the thing is, what's the opposite of what's the opposite of having a clean sheet, Monts? Right? We're not going to score more than one goal. I mean, watch the Leicester game. How many chances do we have in that Leicester game? The finishing is abysmal in that team, right? We rely. It's like the people who watch the highlights don't understand. When you watch the full game, Liverpool's finishing is awful. There's so many half chances that they play the wrong pass. So for me, I'm hoping we win 1-0 tomorrow. And yeah, 1-0 is what, if we win, I see it being 1-0. I can't see in a universe where Liverpool score 2 or 3 goals tomorrow. And if we concede, I think at best would get a draw. And I hope I'm wrong. I really do, guys. But I see it going that way. I see Sheffield United. They're better on the ball than people. They're not good. They're not like a Brighton, but they're reasonable. They're tactically quite well. They'll put a decent structure out there to stop us. And we'll see. We'll see what happens, guys. But for me, I'm going for 1-0 Liverpool. That's what I'm hoping for.
All right. Ryan,
Big win.
Yeah, mate.
Ryan, unmute yourself. You still mute yourself. All right, your turn now, Ryan.
Well, how I see this game go, I am going with a 1-1 draw. I think Liverpool going to find it really difficult. Sorry to say, first time this season.
Well, no one's going to like my prediction then.
This is the first time this season I predict Liverpool to draw. And when I did it in my prediction, a lot of people say, Ryan, you not picking Liverpool to win. No. My energy, I lost myself, everything. I don't see us beating Sheffield. Sorry. I don't see us beating them.
Okay. Big moment now.
Here we go.
Starting lineups. Darren, you're first. Starting lineup tomorrow.
Line up.
You were Klopp. Who would you pick?
I would go with the obviously Trent and Robbo as our 2 fullbacks. And a centre back, I would go with Kabak and Davis. Now, I've a lot of time for Phillips. He's been man the match out 3 of probably 6 or 7 games he started. So maybe it's a throw of a coin between him and Davis. And the reason being I'd go with Davis is because he's a lot of experience in championship level football, which obviously it's just a league under the Premier League. It's very tough, physical. And I think if you can be exceptional, which he has been, to be fair, in the last couple of seasons at Preston, if you're going to a team that there's more demands, higher expectations, but you've also better players, better manager and obviously staff there when it comes to training, he hasn't played for us yet, so he's had that bit of time to implement and train with us. So I think he could be the one that could come in and be really composed and compact for us, which is what we need defensively. We need someone in the absence of Henderson going in there that's going to be a talker and it's going to have us well drilled, because Kabak to me seems a little bit slow and he's obviously not a talker. He's only a young lad as well, so it can't be too harsh on him. Kabak and Davis, why not? It's a change from what we've had. And in midfield, I would go with Genie. I'm going to go with Thiago over Keita, and the reason being is in the attacking, Genie, Thiago and Curtis. And the reason why I'm going to go is because Keita is only back. It's are we going to throw him in and start him and put all the pressure on him? He's let us down a lot, hasn't he, Naby Keita, with his availability, and he hasn't been great in a lot of games as well he's played in. I know we've taken our time with the rehabilitation with him and that, and coming back into the team, which this is kind of a last chance along from. But I'll go with Genie, Curtis, Thiago ahead of them in that three in midfield, and then up front I will go with Salah, Jota and Mane.
That's sick. I think you play that team, we're winning.
I hope.
Mons. I forgot Darren, goalkeeper. Would you drop Alisson or not? Because it's because of his head and stuff.
I can understand he mightn't play Alisson, but I don't know what the story is from whether he's going to play or not. I listened to Klopp's press conference yesterday, and he says that wasn't more or less up for discussion, is what he said in a different way. So if Keller has to come in, he's done really well, I think, for us at the best of times. He's looked good with the ball coming back to him as well at his feet. So again, you'd want to see Alisson play, but I think we're all more than understandable if he doesn't. I don't want to see Adrian play. I want to see Kelleher, even if he's not 100% fit. So Adrian. Kelleher, yeah, it's. I think tomorrow it's going to be crucial what midfield we go with. I think tomorrow it's the midfield. I think wins it or lose it for us.
Yeah.
I think just add? Sorry,
because playing him could F his head up, and he can make a lot of mistakes and be really bad, or it could influence him. You could be like, you know what, I'm gonna play. I'm gonna do it for Dad. I'm gonna get this.
That's a good point.
I don't think that works though, guys. Yeah. I don't think if that was the case, like Klopp's obviously continued management because of the circumstances with his mum. For me, like you don't make the call. Someone else. Klopp's made that decision. I don't think he'll play. I think he's just said, don't play. Yeah. Maybe people keep saying, right, oh, the player will let you know, like Jota. That's not how football works, right? If I'm a player and someone says, are you fit to play? Of course I'm fit to play. Football players don't make that decision. That's why you get medical teams and you get persons who are managers to make the call. I just think, I don't know. See, because of the circumstances, he can't get to Brazil, so he might just say, go and play. But you can't let the person decide that themselves. That's not how it works, because I don't know if you've ever played football for a team, but if the coach says, are you fit to play? Yes, you could be terrible. You could be not fit at all, but that's not, you can't let that go to players, because have you ever played with someone who says, I'm not fit to play? I don't think they would ever say that. So
no,
I don't think you can rely on Alisson. I think Klopp, if you're right what he said yesterday, Daz, I think you maybe not play him. But I was going to say, right, what about Kelleher? That guy is genuinely went from being one of the worst keepers I've seen in a match to amazing. I don't know how he's done it. Like
the Irish Casillas.
Mate, he was horrendous against Arsenal in that League Cup. And do you know who was also horrendous in that game? Emily Martinez. He was, I was going to swear there, but he was absolutely horrible. 5-5. They were both absolutely piss poor, right? And then now Emily Martin is one of the best keepers in the world, right? So whatever they've done for the next 5 months, like Kelleher's kicking, he's positioning.
Yeah,
I it looks like a different guy. So
he's got
Alisson
swagger. I think Kelleher's got Alisson swagger on the ball.
But he's left foot as well. He's right foot. Like whatever they've been doing, both of them. Because Emily Martinez is not always been a good goalkeeper. I'm not having that at all.
He's very good now, though.
But Origi's overhead kick, terrible goalkeeping in that game, right? So it's really just funny, isn't it? It's like if you put the effort in, and so
it's crazy how both goalkeepers have got so much better.
Yeah,
it is quite funny. It's amazing.
Arsenal could do what Martinez now. Didn't they sell him for 20 million? But they could. I think he's a better keeper than Leno.
Yeah.
I think Leno's better at his feet, and I think Leno's good though. Like, to be fair, Arsenal give a lot of chances away sometimes in games, and Leno is, I don't know, it might be that Sunderland thing with Mignolet. It's like if you got that many shots at you, you look amazing. As Ryan says, with Jordan Pickford, sometimes you look good. But it's I just thought I'd say that because that's a mad stat. Like the 5-5 game, both terrible, and now they're brilliant.
And Kelleher's,
Martinez gave a clean sheet against Arsenal back to back. His old club. That's just
clean
What were you
sheets.
gonna say,
But
Dom?
Kelleher was exceptional for us, even in the Champions League this season. Some of them saves he pulled off, and as I said, mentioned, with the ball come back to his feet, it was really good. So it's good for Ireland and Liverpool as well.
Yeah, like the guy looks a different. Kicking wise, I didn't believe it was the same guy. Like, he's confident with both feet. You can tell he's been working since that game. He's like, I'm not going to make it if I'm this standard. I need to improve. And people keep saying we need a second goalkeeper, possibly, but Kelleher's looked good. Like, I've been impressed. He played 3. Was it 2 or 3 games he played? Was it Ajax? I thought he was very good. Very
Ajax, Midtjylland, Wolves.
I was impressed. I thought he was good.
Well, Liverpool have one of the best goalkeeping coaches down on Achterberg, don't they? So obviously he's worked hard with them. But Kelleher obviously had the attitude and the discipline as well, I suppose. Like, we have to give him a lot of credit for how we bounced back.
Like, see the footwork, Darren. Like, that for me, that's no coaching. That's just him practicing just that constantly out of hours. Because to get that good with both feet, like, there's some goalkeepers now who aren't that good with both feet, like brilliant keepers, but they're maybe okay with one foot. He looks, he's playing cross-field balls with his left foot. That's very impressive. Honestly, his turnaround has been one of the most amazing things I've seen, but no one's talking about it. Because he might still have a bad game, I'm not saying that, but he doesn't look like the same guy I saw in that Arsenal game. So I was very impressed.
Yeah, Kelleher used to be a striker when he was younger. That's why I think he's so good with his feet.
Fair point, Demo. But like, I was still impressed. Like, with both feet, the confidence he's got, he looked quite happy with it. He looked just as confident as Alisson in the ball. So he's obviously saw Adrian, and he's went, I can take that spot, and he's done it. So fair play to the kid.
Done it. You know, I reckon if we'd started Adrian against Wolves, trust me, we're not winning that game. That man makes the whole defense just crumble because no one trusts him. Adrian. So I'm hoping to God Kelleher's fit.
Did anybody come late to the Adrian dissing train? Because I kind of did. I actually thought he was at the start. I thought he was decent, and
same.
Yeah, like, he made the best save I've ever seen was him. And Napoli, that's the best save I've ever seen in my life. Nothing will top that.
Stunning save.
Don't care what you say.
Got some good things in him, but like since that Chelsea FA Cup game where he literally, where Willian
Atletico as well, yeah.
Puts in his own net. I just do not understand that, man.
Yeah, and then I've noticed it more recently. Like, the confidence has ebbed out of him, like Darren said. Maybe he wasn't a. Do you know, he's probably not a very good goalkeeper, but you can't take that Super Cup penalty shootout save away from him. So
no,
yeah.
I think he done very well that season when he came in for us. He did make a blunder at Southampton away, where I think Ing scored and we just about won the game.
So did Alisson at Leicester the same season, though, mate.
Yeah,
so,
and,
you know,
and I think he done fairly well. Didn't we win a lot of games?
Didn't lose a game.
Yeah. So we done well, but whatever's happened this season when he's come in, he's been horrendous. And I suppose when we lost at Villa 7-2 away, I think that was the first game he came in at, and he made a couple of blunders. But we were all offered it that day. Everybody was offered it, so maybe that's just completely shot his confidence and what have you. But yeah, he's been a shadow of the keeper he was.
I think it's like he tries to do stuff that he's not. Like, see some players that just know what they're good at, right? Think, and because his mentality is so high, he thinks he is like he can be that good with the ball. But see, if you're not Alisson, you just boot it. You don't mess about. Yeah. And I understand that's the way Liverpool play. So maybe I'm being contradicting myself. No. What I was saying, Rams, is I think we need a keeper. I'm just saying we need a backup keeper. I just think Kelleher has put his hat in the ring for it. So I think he's done very well. But I'd still say, if you look at Spurs, they've got Hart, Gazaniga. Like, United have got Henderson, Romero. I don't think you need 3. I'll be honest with you. You can maybe get Kelleher and someone else. And a point
on that as well, Conroy, is Alisson gets a lot of injuries, so we would heavily rely on having a second choice keeper. Where some clubs don't, but I think Liverpool do, and that's been noticeable in the last 3 seasons. Particularly.
I just think Kelleher, see, at the start of the season, I was like laughing at that. And I just think he's done really well. I'm not saying he will. We definitely probably should get another keeper. I just think he's done really well for us to reconsider that. So that's all I was really saying about Kelleher.
Kelleher's kept 2 clean. He's only conceded 2 goals since he's played. One against Brighton and one against Midtjylland. So he's been very, very good.
He looked comfortable. That's what I liked about him. Like, he looked comfortable. He looked on the ball. We can play our style of football. So Just
And
what
also
deserved
the
a shout out.
defense trust him. They're not, they're like, yeah, we trust you. And I feel comfortable passing the ball back to Keller because I know he's not gonna do an Adrian and pass it straight to another player.
Yeah. By the way, Van Dijk and Gomez were awful in that game as well. Gomez had a shocker, so I'm not going with this Liverpool energy.
Awful.
Gomez against Villa was horrendous. So let's just remember that as well. I know
I
Adrian
remember
was bad.
we had to take Gomez off early because he was that bad.
It was a Lovren-esque Tottenham performance Gomez had that day.
Mons, going off, finishing your lineup. Who would you go with?
I'm too loud, by the way. Can you guys hear me?
No, you're fine.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go with Kelleher in goal. I'm aware, as a footballer, you kind of, if you're fit to play, you're fit to play. But I feel like you see them Brazilian man. These men are proper spiritual. Like, I'm not saying that like any other person is spiritual, but like these guys, like you look on their Instagrams and they're extremely family orientated more than you'd think. So I do feel like Alisson. I think Klopp will make the decision to keep Alisson out the team, but I've got no problem with that. I think Keller has been exceptional every time he's been in, bar the Arsenal 5-5 game. I feel like he's Adriano, Jesus. I feel like Keller he's been excellent. So I'd have Keller in goal. I'm personally gonna go. I'm not a fan of Kabak. I'm gonna say it right now. I'm not a fan of him. I feel like he's got raw ability, but I don't think he's ready for the Premier League, and I don't think he's ready to play for a team like Liverpool, if I'm honest. He performed all right in his debut and stuff, but I just feel like, and I don't want to write him off too early, but to me he seems a bit stiff. He has tendencies to watch the ball. I'm not the man that's going in behind him. You see the goal we conceded against Everton, where Rodriguez has just literally he's just slipped in Richarlison. I haven't seen us concede a goal like that in a long time. Can you guys remember the last time we've conceded a goal?
I think if it was just that goal once and he had like a solid, comfortable like he looked quite solid, I wouldn't have a problem with it. But see, because in that game, there were several times he looked out of position. So I hear you completely. It wasn't just like that one goal because it was early.
Yeah.
He had a poor performance, I agree.
Exactly. I just feel like, and he's a little bit rash as well. So for me, I'm gonna go. For me, Phillips has been better more than he's been worse. Yeah, he's not gonna croak the ball back and he's not gonna fizz it into our midfielders. But that's fine. I know Kabak what I will give Kabak is that he's a good passer of the ball. I can tell that he's, he can play a really good telegraph ball into the midfield. But for me, I just feel like Nat Phillips has been better. He just looks a lot better to me. So I'm gonna go Nat Phillips. I'm gonna go Davis as my centre back pairing. I'm gonna go Trent right back, Robbo left back. Now the midfield, funny one. This one. I'm gonna go. Is Milner fit, by the way? I just wanted to ask. What's Milner's?
No, I don't think so. I think Milner is the same as Fabinho. Yeah.
So I'm gonna go. I'm gonna start on the pivot. I'd rather play because I'm going Phillips and Davis in the middle. I'd rather play 2 DMs and one sort of a Camish sort of midfielder. So I'm gonna go Gini. I'm gonna go Gini and Thiago. I'm changing my mind. I know I said it. I'm changing my mind. With license to go, I'm gonna give Curtis a little run out as well. Actually, so I'm gonna go Gini, Thiago, Curtis, and then up front, up top, I'm gonna go Origi. Left, I'm gonna go Jota, and then right, I'm gonna go Salah on the right wing. So if you guys have any questions, I'll be glad to answer why I haven't started Mane.
I've my brain's gone, but Conrad, did I ask you about your lineup? Yeah.
No, yet. So if you want, I'll do mine quickly. I'll do. I think that's a fair point. What Monty's saying. Realistically, for me, I think it'll be. We'll just, for the sake of this, we'll just say Kelleher because I think we'll all agree that's what probably will happen. If not Alisson, but I think it'll be Kelleher. I think it'll be obviously Trent right back, Robbo left back, centre halves for me. Now I've got to be honest. Just a wee note on Nat Phillips. Seeing that Everton game, I got really annoyed, right, when he got spun by Richarlison, right? A lot of good defenders have got spun by Richarlison, right? He made a mistake, right? But I actually thought in that game he looked more secure than Kabak, right? Now, can we just add this point, right? Nat Phillips has never been bought to be Liverpool's first team centre back, right? He's came in and done a job, right? Kabak was brought in to be a first team centre back, right? So for starters, I don't think they should be judged the same in general. But the fact that the one who wasn't even brought in, has actually looked more secure, right? And do you know what? I think Phillips, we do paint him too much with the brush, because I've watched Phillips, right? He's made a few mistakes, but I actually think he's been quite decent in games. And he actually, if we had the same energy to give him a chance, and I'm not saying he's going to be Liverpool centre back going forward, but I definitely think when he's been given the minutes, he's done more and gave me more confidence. Because like people keep saying, he's not great on the ball, right? But he had a shocker against Newcastle on the ball, but he's not horrendous, right? At the end of the day, you don't have to be a Van Dijk. You can just give the ball to your midfielders who can do stuff with it at the end of the day. Keep it simple. I thought West Ham, he was good when he played. So ideally, I would like Phillips to play, and I was going to say next to Fabinho, but obviously Fabinho is not in the squad.
Conrad, did Phillips play in the reverse fixture? Was that when he made his first game?
Yeah, man, the match at home to West Ham.
Yeah, he did. So for me,
that was his debut.
Yeah. I want Phillips to play, guys, right? I think he'll play Kabak though, because I think Klopp is very much, if he doesn't start Kabak, he'll put his confidence on the floor. So I think Kabak will play, but I want Phillips to play. And to be honest, guys, I think if it's as you said before, Daz, it has to be Davis, because if you're ever going to play Davis, you're going to play him in this game. What's your option? You play Phillips and Kabak together. That looks a bit shaky. Yeah. If you're ever going to play Davis, you're going to play him in this game. I mean, that's what I think will happen.
We have to see him. Like, he's come in as...
I think it'll be Kabak and Davis, but I'd want it to be Phillips and Davis. But I think it'll be Kabak and Davis. Midfield, I'd do a pivot, as I said, a 4-2-3-1. So I would have Gini and Thiago, and then I would have the Bobby and the 10, and then the 3. Actually, I was listening to Coppish the other night. Shout out to Coppish, top show. Cal on that said Mane at right wing, and as I said, I think a lot of people forgot how good Mane was at 16-17 at right wing. To mix up a bit, have Salah in the middle and then Jota on the left. And as you know, guys, they can mix up, they can move over. But I'd play Bobby in the 10. Now, as I said, I don't think that will happen, because I don't think Jota will start. But ideally, that's what I think I would like to happen. So that's my team, guys.
Nice.
That's
so I'm on Twitter right now. Anfield Talk has said that apparently Adrian's starting tomorrow.
How can they know that though?
I don't know. They said something about Jota put Adrian in his FPL team or something. That's the reason. I don't know why that means anything, but I've heard that Kelleher's injured, so I think we might see Adrian in goal if Alisson doesn't play. And do
you know if he does play, guys? If he does play, guys, right? I think it's like a case of it's no ideal, right? But I don't think we should be like, we're going to lose now, because we could lose the game without him being there, because the team's been shocking. So
we have been.
We need to try and get. We need to try and get behind him, right? At the end of the day, because this is the cards we've got to know. We just need to try and roll with the punches.
So my lineup is, based on the information I've saw on Twitter, I'm probably going to go Adrian, because I think Kelleher's injured still, and obviously Alisson is the rest. So Adrian, Trent, Phillips, Davies, Robertson. I'm just going to go for it. I'm going to go Keita and Thiago in the pivot, just because. Why the hell not? And then I'm going to be a little bit like Drifty. I'm going to go Firmino, Mane, Salah, Origi.
Mate, he's got a lot of followers on the Origi train right now.
Yeah.
Why not? He's the only striker who's done anything. The thing is, Origi's last start for us, he actually was the closest person to score for us, and he hit the post.
Yeah, came off at 50 minutes and it got used against him. Now, of course it does, because Salah misses that maybe 4 times, chances like that all the time. No, like, you know what I mean? Like, but Salah's obviously got a lot of credit, but it's like, I just get annoyed when he brings him on for 5 minutes. What is the point? Don't bring him on if you're going to do that. Don't bring him on.
What's the point?
No, I totally agree, Conroy. Yeah, he's if he scores that goal against Burnley, we're probably having a different conversation because he probably does get more. It is about confidence. Bringing someone on for 5-10 minutes even, it's not enough.
I honestly think if he stayed on, he probably would have scored. I don't know. He's the only
looked
player
a
on
threat.
that pitch actually
He
making
did, yeah.
a
I
defensive
know
back.
his
That's why I think,
pressing's a problem with Jersey. He's never been good at pressing. I don't think he's an athletic
Yeah.
person in the sense of I'm sure he's fit enough to be a footballer, but he's just like he just looks like pressing's a chore to him.
yeah,
In hindsight, probably keeping Ings, but as Mons has said, I think Ings. We said he needed to go and play games because Ings wouldn't be the player he is.
No.
And I think Origi is just like he's probably like an old-fashioned striker. He doesn't want to press like modern strikers do, and that goes against him. It definitely goes against him because it just looks like he doesn't, and that's not his game. So like, fair enough. But if you need a goal,
they're
give him a
saying
chance.
play Peter Luger, but Peter Luger apparently has been rubbish for under 23s.
Who
So,
are signing these goalkeepers? Buy a decent goalkeeper person to sign keepers. Why is it so difficult? It's
trust
not
me,
difficult.
If we play Peter Luger tomorrow, we are losing 9-0. The guy does not look good.
Spurs have Gazaniga as a third goalkeeper. Like, it's not rocket science,
He's
honestly.
good.
And his
Remember,
he is good.
performance
He is
last year
good.
against us was unbelievable.
Like,
Gazaniga
you don't have
last
to be
year.
great. You just have to be decent. You're a third goalkeeper. Just be a decent goalkeeper. It's horrendous.
Wait, am I the only one not starting Mane, by the way? Like,
No, I
Yeah,
am.
mate.
I am. No, not starting Mane. Do you mean?
yeah, I'm not having Mane in my starting. Like,
Oh,
it's not,
sorry. I see what you mean.
Fair,
Yeah,
fair
you
play,
don't
mate.
pass.
Listen. And fair enough, like I could have easily done that. I just think because I'm going for the 4-2-3-1 with that, I think
he has to play, innit?
Mane on the right. Like the only time Mane's going to play on the right is with Jota on the left because Salah can't play on the left to save his life, because he doesn't know what to do. So I think like the only time Mane gets on the right is if Jota's there.
Yeah, the thing is, I would love Jota to play, but I just think it's too early because he's come back from 2 months in a brace from his leg. So that's why I see Origi starting.
Fair point, mate. Fair point.
Give him
And the
30
thing
minutes.
is, I think
I hope he gets
play
at least.
Origi till Jota's back, and then when Jota comes back, you play Jota in the 9 or something like that. But I think
Well,
Origi,
yeah.
you know, Origi, literally, we could all be saying this about Origi, and then we come back in the match reaction and going, "Oh my God, Origi just scored 4 goals."
I think what guaranteed and anyway to see change is because of the poor results, and then obviously with 3 games in a week against 2 sides that are fighting for their lives. Well, I would say more so Fulham, because Fulham have a great chance of staying up, and then Chelsea are going for top 4, new manager in there. And we've already beaten them this season. They haven't been beaten in the first 7 under Thomas Tuchel. So we know Jurgen likes to chop and change things and rotate. So this is definitely going to be a week of that. But it's how we come out of these 3 games. Hopefully at least 7 points, but we'll see.
I agree. Ryan, line up. You're muted.
For me, guys, trust me. Ask Dimajai, I'm one of the most confident Liverpool fans in the world. I always brag about my team. And this is the reason why I start the interview Jamaican player. I just want to free up my mind a little bit, because when Liverpool not doing well, it really affect me very badly. So I'm trying to do things different from outside of Liverpool, especially watch some other more game different from Liverpool, because it's really frustrated to watch. And to hear the news right now, it's probably going to be Adrian in goal. Oh my God. We're bound to lose if Adrian start in goal. But I would really prefer play James Miller in the goal. I would definitely play James Miller as a goalkeeper or Roberts as a goalkeeper over Adrian. Not good enough, man. But my lineup, I would go with Alisson. I think he's going to play. I think he's very strong. And this game is very important for us. But I know him having situation with his father, but I think he's going to play. And I will go with Kabak. I will go with Davis. I don't want to see Nat Phillip. I want to see Nat Phillip. Yeah, I think I would play Nat Phillip and Davis. Put Kabak on the bench. I think Kabak has very, very slow start in his Liverpool career, but I think he will come good. I think to come in this Liverpool team with no belly in front of him, it's going to show him up. And he's very young. He's 20, so he just need a little bit more time. But I'm going with Nat Phillip, Ben Davis, Robertson, Trent. I would love to see Tsimikas get a game. But I think Robertson need a little bit of rest. But knowing Jurgen Klopp, he will definitely continue play with Robertson. So in the midfield, I would go with oh my God. I want to see Navigator play. I want to see something different from the midfield. Navigator would bring that to the Liverpool team. Curtis, I want to see Curtis play, and I'm going with Gini to sit in the midfield. Sit as a number 6, and I would go with Origi up top, Mane and Salah.
I think that's a really good lineup. As you said, the thing with Adrian is plus having for defense that's 90. I think so. We are 94 20th centre back pairing.
Yeah, guys, we need to stop saying that though. Let's just it is what it is, because it's just like.
But end of the season, we're gonna have 100 centre back pairings because we all know.
But last season we were going for how many games unbeaten. This game, it's like, what excuse are we using this week? You know what I mean? I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it.
Into rival hands as fans, I think, by doing that. By saying,
100%. Yeah, I think so. I'm sick of it.
I'm not here.
Yeah, no, I'm using it as an excuse. I'm just saying.
No, you Jersey. I'm saying I mentioned it earlier with Robbo saying it, and I'm just like, guys, just get on with the game. Literally, that's not the reason you can't beat Brighton or Burnley. Draw at West Brom, no beat Newcastle, who everyone's beaten. Just lose the 1990 record against Everton. It's like, that annoys me. At the end of the day, there's different ways. I was going to say something. There's different ways to win a football match, and it's just like, Jersey, it's a fair point, mate, and you're quite right. But it seems to be the rhetoric now that every week it's something else we're saying. We're not trying to win the league without Van Dijk, because that's a relevant excuse. But right now, it's other teams are just tactically just doing much better. They're trying stuff that's working.
We just need to go out tomorrow. As I said, 3 games in a week. We've had a week off. Let's prove that we have good mentality, with the attitude, show why we are champions, and just go out and win a game. It doesn't matter going out and playing well. We might have to be scrappy. We might have to, what would I say? We might have to be more physical. We might not have to play a different way. Just go out, get the 3 points. Doesn't matter how we do it. Take some pride out of it and go on. The Saints LFC team.
Shout out to Saints LFC, mate. Sorry, mate. I'm coming with the vibes today. I need to calm down, eh? Right, sorry, guys.
No, but I do just think, go out tomorrow. Let's be positive. Let's go out, chest out, have a go at these. They've lost 20 games. They've had 1 clean sheet all season. Look, I know that they are a good side in that day, and they're missing the fans, and we've had 20 centre-back pairings. We've had no spine in the team this season. We get all that. Just go out, get 3 points, and the players just make a pact. Today is going to be the day where we get 3 points, and then have something to play for going to Thursday's game against Chelsea. Give them something to think about, because at the moment, we're way too predictable to play against. Sheffield United are probably going to go out and just play the way all the other teams did and feel like they have a chance, and we can't blame them. If they do that, they'll feel like, well, once they don't lose the game, they feel like it's a good result at home. So let's just wait and see how it goes. But
all right. Let's start down. What were you saying? I don't want to interrupt you there.
Darren,
I ran out of what to say. Yeah.
Darren, I put out my chest too many times this season. I get too many slap in my chest. I cannot put out my chest anymore, man.
Guys,
but the players need to do it now.
Not read the name in the chat, Ryan, please.
Jersey, I just wanted to say a question to you and Ryan, right? Because obviously in the channel and stuff. A quick question. There's a few people in the chat are saying play Robbo at centre back. Now, I'm a small guy, right? And Robbo is, I think, about the same height as Andy Robertson, right? Some people just can't play centre back, right? It depends on your height. I know you're going to say Cannavaro and stuff, but I'm telling you, he's not tall enough to play centre back. He isn't. He's a scrapper. He's great. But Robbo, for me, can't play centre back. I think Shimikas would be better because he's a bit taller. And it's not all about height, but there's certain things that you're not winning that aerial battle if you've got Robertson there. I just wanted to get your take on that, guys.
That's not bad chat. How tall is Tierney? Because I know Tierney,
Tierney's taller than Robertson. Robertson's only about
5'8", 5'8",
5'9". I think Robertson's about 5'9". 5'9", 5'10".
I'd say probably even smaller, is he?
No, because I'm about 5'9". I think he's a wee bit taller than me, so he's about 5'9", 5'10".
I'm surprised we haven't seen Milner at all this season at centre back. That's one player I thought was going to be.
Again, Aye, possibly.
Yeah.
Play
Possibly.
Yeah.
That's a
No,
good
I
shout.
thought we
five
would
at the
have.
back.
Yeah.
You know what?
Shimikas is
Counter
quite
attacking
tall, though,
team.
isn't he?
I mean,
Yeah, he's
Shimikas.
about 6 foot. He is. He looks a
So,
bit taller than Robbo. He's a bit.
put Firmino centre back. He's 5'11".
right, well, he'll definitely not hit the target. That's for sure. He'll get the ball away from the goal.
All he scores is headers. He might as well be a centre back right now.
Yeah. Well, mate, aye. He doesn't hit the target, so no chance of scoring an own goal with Firmino. He'll get it away from that goal. Don't worry.
Yeah, but like
Yeah.
Tierney played centre back, for Scotland. and
Yeah,
then
because Robbo plays it, and they play a.
Scotland as centre back as well. So it could definitely happen. I think that's. I don't think we should experiment with that because it could really bite us. So I think we should stick with the defenders, but you never know. I was just telling Ryan to not read the name of the chat because someone in the chat is trying to bait Ryan.
All right, okay. So
Painful.
don't bait Ryan. Don't give into it.
It's the classic one, large. You can probably guess the second word. All right, let's do predictions. This is the big one. Predictions. I'm gonna go with you first, Darren.
I've already said on the stream earlier in the week. It's so hard to predict this game. I'm gonna go for 2-1 Liverpool. I just think with all the change of centre back, we're just conceding a lot of goals. The possibility of Alisson not being in, we might concede. And Sheffield they got a goal earlier on against us in the season, albeit a penalty. 2-1, I think Liverpool. I don't know why. I think we'll win. I think we'll get 2. They'll get 1. It'll be a tight game.
Conroy.
As I said previously, I think it'll be 1-0 Liverpool. Can I just make a comment? Demo as well, because he's always in the chat. He's always brilliant. He was saying if I put Robbo at centre back, how he'd be sitting back. But for me, if that's the case, I'd play Gini at centre back over Robbo, because Gini's actually played there in the past. If we've got loads of the ball, because at least Gini's good on the ball and retains it. So I'd put Gini before Robbo. I just think, guys, if you play Robbo there, eventually teams will look at that as a weakness, because sometimes height is a factor, especially at centre half. So that's just my take on it. But I think overall, guys, I think it'll be 1-0 hopefully, and hopefully 1-0 win. And hopefully change it up and play a bit better. To be honest, guys, I want some positives from a game.
Clean sheet would be nice as well.
Yeah, I don't want copy and paste performance would be nice if we didn't have that this week. That would be lovely.
No Liverpool defenders in my fantasy league.
Yeah,
I've got none. I've got
no Liverpool defenders.
Every single Liverpool player.
This week I have Nat Phillips. He's always on my bench. He's a 4 million defender. But anyway, score prediction.
You're not the first one to say that, Saint. So just call a little comment there. Sorry, man. Saint, I've been told that a few times. So then maybe take a different career path of motivating people.
You could do audiobooks, Darren. Audiobooks.
Yeah,
I'd love that accent if you done. The car went into the river on the spoil. I'd be like, oh, honestly, that'd be great.
Very good.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna be optimistic. I'm gonna go 3-0 Liverpool. Yeah, I'm gonna go 3-0. Yeah, I hope I didn't say that against Everton last week. I have to watch it back. But I'm gonna say 3-0 Liverpool. I feel like if the centre back partnership is Phillips and Davis, I reckon we'll get a nice cleanie. But now actually having Alisson in goal, 3-1 Alisson to go 3-1. And I'm not an Alisson. Sorry, I'm not an Adrian hater, innit? I don't hate on Adrian, but he's been awful. And as I said, he had a great start to his Liverpool career, but we can't ignore how bad he's actually been. I know even when Gomez, I remember the whole in the Champions League earlier this season when Gomez almost said, why? Like, when he's come out to clear a ball, he could have just picked that,
That's
so
right, yeah.
I won't go into that too much, but I'm gonna say 3-1 Liverpool. I reckon Salah will net tomorrow. I'm pretty sure, and I really do want Origi to score, so I'm gonna say Origi. I think we all need Origi to score just to get a goal, to get him going. Shout out Drifty for that one.
Well, that's what the banner says, doesn't it? Football without Origi is nothing.
Yeah, literally.
This is a movement. This is a movement for Origi. I'm telling you this.
Yeah.
No one's gonna like my prediction, but I'm hoping mine's gonna be a jinx in the Matrix. I hope to God what I say does not come back to bite me in the ass, because if this does happen, we will all be back here crying. I think 1-0 Sheffield and Brewster scores in the last second of the game. No, trust me, if that happens, that will burn.
The most shocking thing about that is Brewster scoring a goal, because that would be funny.
He's been awful.
Oh, listen, you've seen that coming 100 miles away. Liverpool's that's a video in itself. But Liverpool, I don't know why teams think Liverpool, a lot of their youth products are actually good players. I mean, if you watch Brewster, he's never been a good game for Liverpool. He scored for Swansea because he's a championship striker at best. So I don't understand it, and I think people don't like when I'm like that with youth players. But 25 million for Brewster, what are you smoking, mate?
I don't know. I'm just saying it's written in the stars something like this to happen. But I'm just
probably right. I'm going to put the bet on Jersey. I'm going to put the bet on after this, mate. I'm going to get the odds for that. I'll text you the bet.
I'm going to bet on it just because if we do lose, I'll make some money. But I realistically, I'm going 4-0. Why not?
That went there to there, mate.
Can I just say?
I was joking about the 1-0, but the thing is, it's jinxing because the thing is, I predicted we're going to lose 3-1 to Spurs, and what happened? We won 3-0 against Spurs. It really flipped. I jinxed it. Every time I predicted a win, we've lost.
I like that. I like that. It's good.
Who do you guys think's a better finisher though? Like Bobby or Brewster? And honestly,
Brewster, but he's a championship player. Brewster, it's obvious. Like he can't link up to be a Liverpool player.
Sheffield have been terrible creatively though. I feel like I think Sheffield was just the wrong move for him. I'm not saying he's a great striker. Big up Ryan Brewster, but like I've just
no, it's not criticism, mate. You just can call it like it is. Harry Wilson smashed the championship, and everyone just says he's a championship player. So why is that no energy going to Brewster? That proved anything. Harry Wilson actually scored 7 goals in the Premier League. So Harry Wilson's proved at a higher level, but it's just your face fits. Some people get more energy with Liverpool fans than others. That's what happened.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, he had a great World Cup, hadn't he, a couple of seasons ago? And he got a hat-trick, Brewster, and there was obviously big potential. And a lot of the players that played in that England team come on to be some so far very good. So I did expect big things from Brewster, but it looks like
I think we'll come good.
Yeah. But I think it's a good deal for us. 25 million's being great. That's
crazy money. Like whoever made that transfer, I could tell you at the start of the season that was never going to work out. It's just, I mean, that's even more laughable than Solanke. Like that really is.
He hasn't scored at all, has he? For Sheffield, no.
No,
he scored none.
Terrible.
I don't know if you guys have ever played Monopoly and you con someone out of the whole set, but that's how I feel like when we got what we got for Ibe, what we got for Solanke, and what we got for Brewster.
But see, Ibe, I understood Ibe though, because I think Ibe did have ability, like good ability. I think it was more other things in his life and decision making. But even Solanke, you can maybe argue that Solanke might overall be a good signing for Bournemouth, because if they get promoted, they scored a few goals in the Championship. Like it might work out okay if they get promoted, because at the end of the day, they'll make 100 million if they get promoted. So it kind of works out. But I don't know. Like I don't know why people look at English players and sometimes youth products from the top 6 and think they're going to be a win if they sign that player. Like you look at Fofana, Leicester. Like see if you do a bit of scouting in Europe, you get great players for that. So.
We also sold Brad Smith to Bournemouth as well. That was
only 3 million though. People exaggerate.
Was it?
3 million.
I thought it was more.
It wasn't as much. I checked
how old
that.
Is Fofana? Is he 19?
19, 20, yeah. Sorry about that.
And I look at Kabak. I'm not having it. I'm sorry. I'm not.
Yeah, no. Leicester are the best ran club in the Premier League. They're the best at signing players. They have a sell to buy model. They sell Kane.
Yeah.
They sell Chilwell. They bring Justin James in from Luton. Justin James from Luton. Everyone looked down at that. Amazing. Castagna, amazing. Pereira, brilliant. Like the proof's in the pudding. Luke Thomas comes in and plays at left back for them. They're just, and Ndidi to replace Mendy, and Ndidi's been better to replace Kante. Madison from Norwich. Just some teams are just ran much better.
Evans was a great signing as well.
Yeah, good shout, mate. Sionchu, like there's so many good signings I've had. Just
even
a very good team.
Under, I think Under's
a good player. Great shout, mate. Great shout. Very good player. Perez scores a lot of goals for them. That goes under the radar. People don't talk about Perez, but he does a job for them. Good at signing players.
I just don't want to see like a hating on Kabak. I know. Hopefully he'll come good. But look at Joe Gomez when he was 20. I'm sorry. Like you know.
Well, the only good thing with Kabak is it's trial, isn't it? Like we don't have to pay the money in the summer. We have an option. So we'll see how that goes, and I don't believe we will if it doesn't work out for him.
See, the thing is, someone said to me, it was actually Matt on the Coppice show, and he said it gives them Lovren vibes, right? Now, I can't unsee that after he said that, right? And I'm like, I'm going to give him, I think a lot of people are giving him 5 games to fully judge him. But see, when he said that, and when I watched him against Everton, not like that, not that goal, Mons, not the goal, because you can make a mistake. Henderson made a mistake, but see, he's judging the ball when it was coming. Phillips came on the park and was better at judging the ball, and I was like, that worries me. That worries me because England, they're going to use that. English teams will use that. English teams, it's not like Spain. They're not going to just. Germany's a decent standard. Don't get me wrong; it's a good league, but teams use your weaknesses in the Premier League. They use it against you. So if they see that, they're just going to play long balls to him and just have a striker pinned on him the full game. So you can't unsee it, mate. You can't unsee it. So I hope I'm wrong. Hope I'm wrong.
Yeah, I do want it to prove me wrong, honestly.
Yeah. We'll see.
Ryan, prediction.
1-1 Liverpool.
1-1 now. So let me get this straight. I've gone with jokingly 1-0, hopefully to jinx it. But I see us hopefully scoring more than 1 goal. Conroy, you've gone 2-1, right?
1-0 Liverpool.
You've got 1-0. Monts, you've gone what have you gone again? 3-1. Darren's gone 2-1.
2-1, yeah. One of us has to be right.
I'm still going to put a bet on my shock prediction, even though I don't see it happening. I'm going to put it on just because you never know. This season has been so mental, you do not know. So, but other than that, we need to get back to winning ways. We've said that for months now, but that's not happened. We've said this is a must win. Hasn't happened. So, we really, really need to start getting winning. And hopefully, tomorrow is the day we start going on a winning streak, hopefully, and get to top 4. Because if we don't get top 4, I'm telling you now, we are in poo. We are done.
We're really
we are Liverpool FC if we do not get top 4. So,
yeah. We'll not be shocked, though, will we? It'll not be a surprise.
Ryan, you got any closing statements?
I just want to tell the guys, thank you very much to come and help us do another preview. I really appreciate you guys. You guys are class. And it's over to you, Jersey boy. You're the host. Deal with it.
So I'm going to ask this Conroy, but I'd love to ask him specifically because he keeps telling me forgets. What's your socials? Because you keep saying.
All right. No, it's @ Conroy H Twitter. That's mine. So I've remembered it. That's the 3rd time lucky I've remembered it this time. So yes. So that's me.
Good fan. You Monts. Socials.
So Instagram is Big Six Bants, all the same as the YouTube channel, Big Six Bants. It's not the traditional Big Six, probably the current Big Six, because I wouldn't be in my own show if it was Big Six Bants technically. But yeah, Big Six Bants. Also _montage my Instagram. You can find me there.
Shout out to Saints LAFC. I think he's judging the feeling we're all feeling right now. Saying it feels like a funeral at the Sensei. This preview for the Liverpool game. I'd say, mate, I've said we're going to win for the past 5 weeks, mate. So I've hit the line, mate. I've hit the line. No more.
Do you know what's crazy? That I feel like I'm gaining subscribers from the trolls of the channels that I've been coming on recently. The trolls are realized, he's not just the Liverpool channel. Yeah, we'll follow him so we can laugh at him.
The reason with him like this season, one of my really good friends, you guys know Anfield Agenda?
Yeah.
He gained so many subscribers after 7-2 game. And, all the popularity he got from how come we've been this season actually got him a sponsor. So sometimes the negatives can actually help you, in the long run. So I think we've been a crap this season, but,
I'd rather win 5-0 and no one watches us. I'm joking. I'm joking, Ryan. I'm only kidding. Ryan.
People only watch when it's the same thing with Dominic Rich. Only people watch the Dominic Rich games when City lose. And when City win, no one's there. So
I'd rather goals than subscribers.
I'd rather a goal.
Yeah,
a goal.
All right, Darren.
Yeah, so on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Darren Whalen. Nothing too special. we get a few funny videos here and there on it, and when Liverpool win, I'll be delighted. When we lose, I'll still be positive. So, yeah, that's all.
Obviously for me, the Jersey Boy channel all on one here. I will only do most football stuff on here. If you guys come here tomorrow, we're doing a watch along, probably the most people we've ever had on a watch along. I've got 5 people: me, Doug, Demo, and Yusuf. I hope to God it's not a 5-person face palm tomorrow. It's just celebrating like mental people. Obviously,
Yeah.
Ryan, I'm guessing your socials is your Instagram and stuff like that, Ryan. We haven't got it on the screen.
Oh yeah, my Instagram Ryan LFC. No, LFC Domination. Everything in the description, guys. So
Brilliant.
All right, guys. Well, thank you for watching another preview. Hopefully, I hope to God this is not another preview where we go back to the match reaction and we're all negative and we're all going, oh no. I just hope our match reaction tomorrow is happy. We might not be in a good place, but at least the mood will be up and we'll be going, finally, a win. So I'm hoping tomorrow. Join us tomorrow, 6:45 for the watch along. And thank you all guys for watching. Make sure you leave a like and see you all soon. End the stream, Ryan.
Take care.
Take care.
It's all. Take care.
Ended it.